Well, there's Big Al.
Howdy.
And Jared's not here. And we're getting a late start because we was waiting on him. We stopped and got breakfast and everything. We was over here still kind of dark. It was light enough to possibly see to walk in, but Jared never showed up. We texted him. It's going on about 10 minutes till 7, 5 till 7. I told Big Al I'm going into the woods. So I've missed a good portion of the opening morning. But, you know, I was trying to wait on Jared. But it is November the 7th.
7th, yeah.
And all texts I've seen and people I've talked to is rutting activity is getting started. My neighbor, who's also a club member, has gotten a 7-point yesterday. Said there was a smaller buck with it and some does. He didn't say nothing about him chasing, but that's what it looks like. The rut's starting, so we're heading in. Stay tuned. Well, it's about 15 after 7. I've made it to my tree stand, and of course you can tell it's already light. But that's the way things go. Not everything works out as you planned. With the time change and everything, it gets a lot lighter quicker. I mean, I think, I can't remember what sunrise was, but what used to be right now being sunrise, now it's like 6:30, 6:45, something like that. But Jared said he was going to be here, and I don't know what happened. So we waited for him. I had his breakfast for him, and he just didn't show up. And I told Big Al, I said, I'm headed into the woods. I said he'll get here when he gets here, but I know his daughter has she's a cheerleader, and there's a game today for the midget league, and he may have decided to stay home and go to that because he didn't go last Saturday, I think it was. So, you know, I can't fault him for that. But we're in here. We'll be here all day. Apparently, rut activity is starting to pick up. We did find 2 or 3 scrapes going in this morning to Big Al's spot. So I'm going to turn this thing off because if rutting activity starting, and my neighbor, like I said, he killed 7-point back over this way, across the holler and up on the next ridge. That's where he hunts. So who knows what can happen. Will they come to the feeder? Maybe, maybe not. Is there a buck bumping a doe or something? You know, it might come through here. So you just never know when the rut's going on what will happen. So hopefully I'll catch something on action if something does happen. If not, you'll see after. But thanks for watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and just stay tuned and we'll see what transpires today. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, welcome to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Just got my tree stand, and it's about 18 minutes after 7. Gotten here a little bit late. I'm with Juddy. Juddy's heading to his stand now. Jared was supposed to meet us over here, and for some reason he didn't show up. We don't know why. Still waiting to hear back from him though. We waited for him, we had breakfast for him, and coffee for a little runt. Look what he did. He skipped out on us for some reason. No, we don't know why. But anyways, we're in the woods. Kind of chilly this morning. Supposed to get to about 50, maybe 60 degrees. So we're going to try to make a day of this. We've seen quite a few scrapes coming into the woods. So that's positive on our side. So we're going to see what we can get done today and see maybe we can't get a buck pop through here or something. So stick with J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and I'll see you in the woods. That was a little spike. There comes Mr. Jared.
Well, Jared just showed up. It's 10 after 9. He's going out to his stand so far, and I don't know if I got good video of him. Don't have my glasses. But I had 10 turkeys come in. At first there were 7, and they come down, fed around for a little bit, and then they went back up the hill, and then hopefully I got some of the video or some of the audio, because I couldn't see them, but my gosh, they were carrying on. I don't know if they were fighting or what. And then a little bit later, I seen 7 of them come down here in front of me, and then there was one, and I don't know if it was a gobbler or what. He went across the draw, and I seen 2 more go. So there was a total of 10. The first 7 went down this hollow over here to my left, where that little doe come out of a couple days ago, or a week ago, whatever. And then I've seen close to a dozen squirrels between here and over on that other hillside, but I haven't seen any deer yet. Jared's feeder went off at 8 o'clock. Mine went off at 8:15, and there's nothing. So we just have to stay in here. That's the thing about true hunting, is if you put in a stand, what are you going to do? You got to stand there, so sit there in your stand. That's the kind of a disadvantage of having a ladder stand versus having a climbing stand. Because if you'd hunt this area for 2 or 3 hours and nothing's producing, you can always come down, put your climbing stand together, go over to the next ridge, go over to the next hollow, you know, wherever. Say, okay, I think I'm gonna hunt here. Or if you don't hunt out of stands, just like rifle hunting, you've been standing here on the ground for 2-3 hours, or you've got a log you're sitting on and you don't see nothing, get up and move and find another spot, stay there. But that's the thing about hunting. It's not called killing, it's called hunting. You're hunting for the deer, hoping they come by the area that you've selected to hunt in. So with that said, turn the camera back around. We'll continue hunting. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, I just got out of my tree stand, hadn't seen anything. It is 20 minutes to 11. I know Jody said we was going to come out about 11, probably grab us something to eat. I don't know if that time has changed since Jared's come in the woods, or if we're still going to do that or what, but I went ahead and come on down and change my SD card and end up having 246 pictures on mine. I know my feeder's out of corn. So, we'll take a look at those and see what's on. My figures a bunch of turkeys and bears and maybe a few does. But anyways, if anything's worth telling, we'll put it on. And I'm going to wait for Jody and Jared. And probably going to get something to eat. So stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures. I'll see you in the woods.
Okay, Big Al and I are headed back in the woods. Jared went home to go to Lexi's cheerleading for the Midget League football game. That was at noon. It's about 15 minutes till 3 right now. So by the time we get to our stands, we'll have about 2.5 hours to hunt. There was no sense in going in any sooner. The temperature is about 72 degrees. Kind of lightened up my pack. My jacket is in the truck. Left my hot seat in the truck. I don't need it since my tree stand's padded. But we're headed back in. Jared's camera showed deer movement around 5 in the afternoon. So hopefully they'll be moving this evening. But with this heat, I don't know. They may not move till the night. But we're going to give it our best. Stay tuned. No matter how quietly you try to walk, as hot as it's been today, and pretty much the past 4 or 5 days, these leaves are just, you can't walk quietly in to the woods. But once you get to your spot, if the deer hasn't been startled, you should hear it coming in for sure. I'm trying to walk the four-wheeler trail where I was in here Tuesday, so some of these would be crushed down. But we've had a couple mornings of frost and leaves are falling pretty good. I think I got some video clip this morning. A slight breeze was causing the it's a squirrel, causing the leaves to really fall. So there's a lot of fresh leaves on the ground. Squirrels are abundant today. We walked within 10 yards of one. It knew we didn't have a shotgun or a 22 rifle. All we had was a bow. And it didn't even really run from us. But I'm gonna head on into my stand.
Hey everybody, Big Al here. Just got back into our hunting spot for an evening hunt. Just got into my tree stand. It is actually 3:03 in the afternoon. Jared went to Lexi's cheerleading game, football game. She was a cheerleader at noon. So I don't know if he'll make it back for an evening hunt or not. He wanted to, but we don't know. So we wish him the best when whatever he decides to do, if he decides to stay at home or if he decides to come back over. But Jody's heading towards his stand now, and I'm in mine. So we're going to try this evening thing again, see how it goes. Jared has some activity on his camera in the afternoon, in the evening, close to dark. We're going to hunt for about maybe 2.5 hours, and we're going to call it quits. But Jared has some activity, no big bucks or nothing like that, but I'm here for 4 or bigger, and hopefully I'll get to see him this evening. So stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures, and it's a Big Al, and I'll see you in the woods.
Okay, it's about 10 after 3, and I'm back in my stand. I'm going to try to stay in here till I just absolutely have no more light to see. Not sure if Jared's going to make it back. I'll let you know if I see him, because he'll have to walk out the ridge up here, and I'll probably see him. That's the only problem we have with hunting where him and I hunt. If we both come in together, it's not a problem, but if I'm already in my stand, he has to walk past me to get to his stand, which is not a big deal, because he can see where I'm at. He can tell if I'm in, got the bow up and ready to shoot or whatever, so he'd know to stop. But like I said, it's in the low 70s. It might be 70. There's a slight breeze, and it's blowing from my left, going back up the way I come from. So I should be upwind of any deer coming from this end, or this hollow over here. Anything that comes up over behind me to my right, I should be okay, because it is actually blowing that direction. So it'd be anything that comes from the way I came, which I seriously doubt it. But stay tuned. I'll give you a report later on. And again, like I've always said, appreciate you watching. Wish we had more activity. That's all we got. So stay tuned. You can tell the dusk is fastly approaching. Sunset was 5:18. It's 5:25 now. Still have a little bit of light to shoot if it comes into my feeder. I believe the sights on my bow are still good at this level of light. But so far I haven't heard nothing, and the birds have already started quietening down. I don't hear the squirrels on the ground. It's peaceful calm. Thought I'd share this with you.
Hey everybody. Well, it's about 15 after 5 in the PM. Haven't seen or heard anything except birds. So I don't know exactly what time Jetty's coming out, so I am going to go ahead and call it a day for me. Come down out of my stand and get things situated and get ready to head out. It is getting darker, as you can tell. The woods is quiet, really quiet and dry. But for some reason, I just ain't hearing or seeing anything. Other than this morning, saw that little spike, but it's glad to see him. So anyways, this is Big Al. And I'm going to be signing off right now on my end. And heading down to the ground and getting things situated. So remember, I'll see you in the woods.
Well, that's it for this episode of J&J True Outdoor Adventures. It's November the 7th, 2020. Didn't see nothing. It is now 5. Well, I gotta turn on my headlamp just to see. It is 5:40. And sorry about that, folks. Too much gear. Still got my trigger on. Got my headlamp on. I'm trying to keep it on my head so it don't come off. But nothing showed up. Even as I was getting down, nothing showed up. So I'll meet up with Alvin and head back to the truck. Seen them squirrels, seen them turkeys. Alvin had a spike come in on him. When Jared was here, all he seen was squirrels. I know there's a lot of mast, a lot of acorns on the ground. So them deer don't have to come to the feeders. But not seeing any deer. Now Jared checked his camera whenever we come out for lunch. And before we left to go have lunch, he looked at his pictures. Can't remember how many he had. But after I filled his feeder on the 3rd, he had pictures of a huge bear. And he was just living underneath the feeder. And of course, a lot of them were at night. I think he's got a few pictures of deer at night. And he had some, they would have been coming in around 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening of some deer. A doe and her fawn. The fawn. So, I don't know what it is. Ever since they put the power line through here, and then so that cutted the holler I'm getting ready to go into. The past, I think they did that 3 years ago, maybe 4, but the deer's patterns have changed. So I don't know what we're going to do. We may have to find a different place on the lease to hunt. I'm not 100% sure, but you know, it's hard when you're used to a spot. You've had good luck. I mean, for 14 years, let's take the past 3 years off. So for 10 to 11 years, we have always done good right here where we're at. But something has happened that's changed all that. And the only thing that I know that's happened is the power line right away. And this hollow here was select cut out that way. If you can see where I'm pointing, that was clear cut, top of that ridge over there, all the way down almost to the creek. This area up here where you see the red glow from the sunset, that's select cut. Probably 2 dozen, 3 dozen trees left in it. Then you have 100-foot right of way that was clear cut on across from that. And then on the other side of that clear cut for the power line right of way, they select cut that. I was in it when we got back over here from lunch. I just walked out there. The skid roads, you can still walk a little bit, but that stuff's growed up to about head height. And if you did find a tree, put a tree stand in, and you shot a deer, it would most likely be traveling the skid roads that are there, because the rest of it's so thick. If it ran into that to get away from you after the shot, you'd have a heck of a time trying to track a blood trail, because it's so thick you can't walk through it. So something's definitely happened. Is it the timbering that took place 3 and 4 years ago for the right of way, and you know, the landowner, of course, they're a timber company, landholder. When the right of way was being cleared, their crew was doing that, and then they had them come up some of these hollows and select cut those. So has that messed up our hunting? That's the only thing I can think of. You know, I just don't know. But for Big Al, myself, and Jared, we appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button. We really appreciate that. That gets the videos. The more likes, the more popular I guess the video is, and it puts it more out on YouTube more for more views. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a member or a subscriber, and we'd appreciate that. Leave comments. Like I said, I try to respond to all the comments the best I can. Big Al has when some are directed at him. And hit the little notify bell over in the corner. I think it's the right-hand corner. Be notified when we upload videos. And we, again, appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more J&J True Outdoor Adventures. And for Big Al and Jared and myself, we'll see you in the woods.